Morning. You're in Valencia. I tried this yesterday and it didn't go well. I My frames were just atrocious, so I went ahead and we went over to Very International and I did some touch and goes there and did a short stream and uh, so after that, then I went ahead and I um, did come back to this airport, tried to figure out a setting that I can change to make this work. Yeah, there's something about the scenery here that is a little difficult on my machine, which is pretty amazing compared to the machine I have. But what I ended up doing is I had to take the number of world objects down from high to medium, and once I did that, then at least I can stream here. Later on in the flight, I may be able to change it, almost like this particular airport is a little bit over the top uh, for my machine. So, at least with the weather, weather seems to have a pretty big influence. So before I get too far, let me just jump over to video settings, so we know kind of where I'm at on my machine. So we have the X-Plane. So my headset's 2448 by 2448. So this is 2356. So I'm a little bit under native resolution for what's being fed to X-Plane. We'll close that out. That then here is what's being fed to Steam VR. It's 3332. So that's what's being fed to Steam. Okay, back to the stem. So let's go to my graphics. So I have my visual effects on medium. Texture quality is maximum, 8x, 16x, and I normally run this up here on high, but not at this airport, at least with the weather we have today. So I moved it down to medium, and it seems like I can certainly stream like that way. So, and we're doing match real world, and I have live time. So it may get dark before I get done. Anything else I'm aware of? So let's go ahead and get things rolling.
OBS sim sound.
Yeah, sim sound. Do I got sound? Yeah, looks like I do.
Check. Mod mic in position.
Is now.
Check. OBS mod mic sound.
1, 2, 3. There we go.
Check. OBS streaming.
Yeah, I can see it streaming.
Check. Over toolkit windows.
Yeah, we got OBR working.
Fly with Lewis sound script.
Yeah, I got sound script in.
Check. ABI tab plugin.
Yep, that's here.
Check. Rep weight and balance.
I normally skip this, but I got to check it. Hello, come on. Get to rep. Weight and balance. Yeah, good thing I checked. I need to put some fuel in this. Oh, backspace 17. Oops. Okay. $17. Apply.
Check. Rep maintenance log.
Let's make sure I broke something yesterday. I think I fixed it, but we'll find out. Show maintenance report. Oh. Brown. Okay. Okay. We're okay. 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 Let me back up. Yesterday, because I left this airport and went to Erie with the engine running, I broke the autopilot. I fixed it, so. Okay, we're all good. Oh, good. So I'm going to pop outside just for, we'll go.
Check. 2 brakes. Test and set. 3 fuel selector. Both. 4 fuel shutoff valve. On, in. 6 beacon. On. 7 avionics switch. Off. 8 master switch. On. 9 throttle. Open 1/4 inch. 10 mixture. Idle cut off. A auxiliary pump. On. B mixture. Rich until 3 to 5 GPH, then cut off. C auxiliary pump. Off. 12 starter. Engage. 1 ignition switch. Start. 2 mixture, at engine start. Rich. 3 engine. RPM 1000 RPM. 4 oil pressure. Check. 5 mixture. Leaned max. 6 flaps. Retract. 7 avionics. On. 8 instruments.
Okay. We're south to 15, maybe a little bit like that. Elevation is correct.
Set. 1 brakes.
We're going to save them good. So we got to wait a little bit to get the engine to run. We'll do a quick test of pilot to ATC. So stay active, runway. Stay active, runway. Alrighty. We call on tower at 118.55. We're ground 121.87. Yeah, 121.87. Actually, it's quicker to go backward. Stay active, runway.
Arriving and departing runway 12.
Okay. Let me get tower dialed in. So tower, I'll say, is 118.55. Okay, 118.55. Looks like that's good. Airplane warmed up yet? No, not yet. So I'm gonna jump outside. So this is a rep airplane, reality expansion pack. So so what it allows you to do is you can do like a pre-flight. So you can go to like all the different places like around the plane. And when you're doing the pre-flight, you can absolutely check the surfaces. So like right now, I can move the rudder, or I'm moving my rudder pedals, which is moving the rudder. I can shove the yoke in and out. I can roll. I could basically go outside and watch all the surfaces. So let's go over here. Try not to get in front of the airplane, but I could. So right there, that's how I can check my oil. That prop's mighty close to me. Let me go over here. Try to get away from it. So we can go back here. Let me check this one. So this one you can make sure that your caps are on correctly. And so I had a problem a few flights back where I was losing fuel like gangbusters. I don't know what was wrong. It was like I had a hole in the fuel tank. But the reality expansion packs, there's actually a checklist that goes with this, and it will basically take you position to position, and then you can actually manually because you can manually move the runway, the surfaces. So we're going to jump back in the airplane without opening the door. Alrighty, let me check. Yep, looking pretty good. So what are my frames today? We're still not looking too good. Interesting as heck, but not as bad. We'll just see how it goes. It's just interesting why this particular airport is like so difficult. I don't know. But we're go ahead and we're warmed up. Let me make sure I got a flight plan in here. Yeah, looks like I'm good. And we'll go ahead and get permission to taxi. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to runway 30 via taxiways Mike 2, Sierra Oscar Uniform Tango Hotel 3, Hotel 10, hold short runway 30.
Stay active runway.
Arriving and departing runway 12.
So when I ask that question, it says we're arriving and departing on runway 12, and it gives me taxi instructions to runway 30. Priceless. What's the weather? Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Say weather. Say weather.
Weather at Lima Echo Victor Charlie is few clouds. Visibility is unrestricted. Winds are 110 at 7 knots. Cloud coverage is 3,500. Few clouds. Current altimeter is 3003. Temperature 182.5.
So the winds are 110, and we have a runway that's 12. So I believe that that's the runway I'm going to taxi to. And and I've got permission to taxi, so I'm going to see where I can go here. Oh, that is the wrong way. So let me put the parking brake on for a minute here, see if I can figure out exactly where I am. Oh, we're going to highlight this. We're going to zoom in a bit. Do some cheating. Take that off. So, zoom one more. 1230. So basically I'm going to taxi this way. I'm going to taxi here, taxi around. Can I taxi back the other way? Yeah, I guess I can. Yeah, let's see. I didn't realize there was a taxiway here. So, let me spin around and try to get on this taxiway. And then I can take this taxiway all the way back. Does that take me all the way? No. But that'll be okay. Yeah, let me do that. Let me put you on so you'll center. Park you over about here. Parking brake off. Let's spin around. See if I can. I want to find this taxiway. It's got to be a taxiway right over here, real close to me. Kind of interesting textures for a taxiway. Oh, because I'm not actually on the taxiway. Okay, Bill, let's not be so dumb. There we go. Oh, I almost have a clue what I'm doing. Okay, that was fun. So, it should take us up, not necessarily to the end of the runway, but it'll be close enough I can take off. Oh, that's a culprit. There's a big cloud right over my head. And that's part of my frame problem. We'll work through it. Yeah, I thought when I checked the other day there wasn't a taxiway here, but I evidently was mistaken because I took a I took a long route around the airport to get to the starting point. Okay, we're coming to the end of this taxiway. Yeah, it looks like the right way to me. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 118.55.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact ground on 121.87 for taxi instructions.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact ground on 121.87 for taxi instructions.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact ground on 121.87 for taxi instructions.
I had the same problem yesterday. I'm not so sure what the deal is, but I thought I wasn't close enough to the, I'm going to taxi up to the end of the runway. And we'll see if that's what the problem is. So taxi up here. Do a little back taxi. And see if I can get permission up here. Kind of weird, but when you're using artificial intelligence for your ATC, anything's kind of possible. That sun is pretty low in the sky. I may have to do some changing. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact ground on 121.87 for taxi instructions.
I already did. Okay, trying to maintain runway heading here. Okay, I gotta be in the heading of 243. Saw this fly straight out here for a while and do a right-hand turn for that heading.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf advise when ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure. Okay, we're trying to get to a heading of 243. Okay, we've got a ways to go, 72 miles. I forgot my lights at the runway. Trying to get level right here, 2,000 feet. I'm using, so we are in Spain, in southern Spain. And I'm using True Earth for southern Spain. Orbx True Earth, sorry. And so my frames are starting to get a little bit better. So I tried to do this yesterday, and the frames were really atrocious. They were, oh my word, they were like down in 12, 13, 15. That was really bad. So I think I got my scenery set kind of better. The other thing so not only was I using new scenery, but I was using a new NVIDIA graphics driver, and I thought all kinds of things were wrong. But it turns out, I think, and my frames are telling me that, is at least on my system, I don't know about other people's, my system in VR, if I have like an overcast layer, a layer that basically covers the area I'm flying in, it will dramatically affect my frame rate. If I take that layer and shove it up a ways, and sometimes it's got to be 5, 6, 7,000 feet above, then the frames will tend to improve. It's just life. Just the way it is. So I made some, I turned my number of world objects down from high to medium, and that's kind of where I'm flying right now. So, but I really just wanted to kind of enjoy the scenery and not have it at least be a smooth experience for me, you know. So, and right now we're good. We're way good. So if I'm in the 30s to 40s, it'll be smooth. If I get down around the 20s or under, it will not be good. So that's kind of where we are. And the other thing I've done is I've just slid all my anti-aliasing sliders and texture quality all the way to the top. So the reason that I decided to do that was I was tired of like vertical things shimmering, like lighthouses, towers, power lines, windmills. I was just tired of looking at them in VR and they just shimmer. So I said, I'm going to do whatever I can do to make that not happen anymore. And so far, I have been successful in that. That power lines now, when I look at them, it's an object that doesn't shimmer at all. I can see the individual lines, bridges, like say a suspension bridge with all the cables. I see no shimmers on the cables whatsoever. So that part of it has been improved dramatically. So if I have to turn my world objects down a bit, then that's what I got to do to fly this particular scenery. So this scenery is pretty new. It's I think it just come out a couple of days ago. So and I've been using the Orbx True Earth for Great Britain for a while now, and been happy with it. So when I seen this come out, and I actually have been in this area of Spain on vacation, I said, I gotta buy this and kind of see if I can kind of fly over some areas that I've actually been to in real life. So far today, yeah, we're good. We're way good. So I'm quite happy. I think it was at one airport, because it was kind of funny. There's like 3 fuel tanks over on the side for that airport, evidently in real life. When I turned the number of world objects from high to medium, they showed 2 tanks instead of 3. There's 5 hangars with like rounded tops on it, and there were still 5 when on the medium. You know, so it didn't change that at all. So, but one thing I was noticing is it was kind of where I looked at. So if I looked a certain direction, I could make the frames go from say 40 to like 15. Just move my head. I went, well, that's just crazy. That's really, really, really crazy. But that's what I was seeing. So we got to get up over this mountain here. One thing about Spain, it actually does have mountains, and they're not really tall mountains, but they're way taller than Great Britain. So I'm kind of on course. It should be a course of 243, and I'm on a course of 240. So we're just kind of flying along here, and my goal is to not go any higher than I have to, and if I get to a point where I'm not going to make it, then I'll just give it some power. So right now we're about 2,100 feet, so, and we're certainly going to clear these 2 ridges. So the one in the distance, I'm not sure yet. It looks a bit taller, but a lot of this is kind of Kind of like an optical illusion. You look in the distance and you think that's like really high, and then as you get closer to it, it isn't really as high as you anticipated, so as you think. So. So the machine I fly the NVR and stream with is it's an i9 11900K, and I'm for my graphics card I have an RTX 3090. So I've been really happy with this build. It I basically waited until I could put my hands on an RTX 3090, and then I built a computer to match. It has worked out quite well. So I have X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator both running on an M.2, and a pretty quick one, and that's the first SSDs that I've actually used. And my previous VR machine was spinning drives, and this is the first one that I've had SSDs, or the M.2s, excuse me, for sure. So it has worked out quite well. I'm quite happy with it. It doesn't load quite as quick as I thought it would, but it does load pretty quick. I also started using Xorganizer so that you don't have to load all the scenery that I have, and I just started using it today actually, and I had it for a couple of days, but I used it for this flight, and seems like it's all working okay. So basically all my ortho for XP that's in the US, I just turned that all off because I'm not flying in the US, so it seems like that should be a benefit. Yeah, when we were in the south, we were in, I think it was called Seville, and when we were there at Easter time, so we got to see, oh man, can't remember what it's called, but at Easter they have these huge floats that these people like carry on their backs. And they carry them through the streets of Seville, and there's other places in Spain do the same thing, but that's where we were. And it is just incredible to watch the amount of people that come out and watch this, and just how big the floats are. They are just monstrous, and you have these people, like some of the streets, I mean, they have to actually get down on their knees and just walk with this big float on their back, on their knees, to get underneath some of the like the overpass, the things that go over the road, just to get through. It's incredible. I mean, it's incredible. Yeah, we thought we were going to see a bullfight here, but their bull ring has been closed. So when we were, and my girlfriend, she's always wanted to go see a bullfight. So I'm like, okay. So I kind of seen them on TV, never, for sure, never been to one. So and so we got to Madrid. The same day we got to Madrid, I seen a sign at the where the desk was for the hotel that says bullfight, and I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. So I said to the dude there, I said, hey, can we get tickets for this bullfight? He goes, yeah, we can get tickets. And he says, price on tickets won't be the same as what you'll pay. I'm like, okay, so they're scalped. Yeah, I got that. So he says, I'll be right back. So he jumps on the train, goes down a stop, and gets the tickets, and comes back. And whatever it was, we paid. I can't remember. And so we went to see, actually that day we went to the bullfight. So experience I am glad I did. I will never do again. That was, wow. I felt sorry for the bulls, but I found out a couple of days later, actually a couple of weeks later, I see on the news that some matadors got gored in the bull ring. And I went, wait a minute, that's in Madrid. That's where we were. And evidently the bulls did get their revenge. So they actually had to close the bullfight because they ran out of matadors. They were in the hospital. So that was just like, the bulls finally did get their revenge. So, but in Spain, I'm not sure how many places that still have that. But Madrid was one of them that I was kind of surprised. Barcelona's, their bull rings turned into like a mall. It's like a mall. They turned theirs into a mall. So, it was a fun country to visit. It was a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. Yeah, like down there I can see the power lines, and I don't see any shimmer from them, you know. I can see the individual lines. Yep, like right there. Oop, a little bit off course. Yeah, it's like right now out here I'm getting 45, 50 frames, so. So these look a little taller. Looks like there's a little valley over here, so I'm gonna kind of scoot over to this valley and see if I can run the valley up through here. It'll mean I won't have to climb as much. I'm at 2,500 right now. I see we got some windmills up on the top. A little too far away to see if they're actually spinning. I've seen some yesterday that we're not moving, but the winds were pretty calm. So could have been related. Actually, I'm going to give myself some power and I'm going to climb up to them and then make a turn. I'll take it up to like 2,500, do a climb here. Yep, they're moving. Yesterday they were not. I'm quite sure this is the same windmill farm I saw. And yesterday they weren't moving. So they are realistic. Because the winds were pretty calm yesterday. And those are absolutely moving. So I'm good. Yep, I can see all of them. They're all turning, so. I think yesterday the winds were like common variable, so. So we'll go back to 2,200. To get on course, I gotta go this way. So it looks like to be on course, I gotta go right by him. So. Pretty steep cliff there. What are we doing for elevation, Bill? You better climb some more. I'm right on course, so I'll just stay on course and climb up over this. It won't be that high. Yeah, like I said yesterday when I went by these, they were not spinning. They were all still. And they're not spinning really fast today, but they absolutely are spinning. So. I can absolutely see the they got red stripes on the blades, and I don't see any shimmering at all on those on the windmills. So. There's some over on that ridge too. Okay, coming up on 4,500, I'm going to pull the power back to 2,200. And try to get the plane to level off here at 4,500. I'm headed in a westerly direction, so I should be even plus 500. So 4,500 would be the right elevation. Until I can kind of get out of these mountains and I can drop back down under 3,000. So the next airport's like 20 minutes away. LEAB. Elevation of this airport's 2303. So pattern would be 33. So you got windmills like on that ridge there. Looks like you got windmills on the ridge over here. See if I can jump out of the plane. Don't know how loud it's gonna be. Not too bad. Say 121 5. So I put dialed the tower frequency in the COM1 standby. So and I just used the touch controllers, the VR controllers, and just rotated the knobs. Ain't like not really a really big deal. Kind of how you would do it with your hand, where you'd put your fingers on the knob and spin it. In this case, we highlight the knob, hold the trigger down, rotate the VR controller to adjust the frequency. So little knob is the smaller, the dot numbers, and the bigger knob is the big numbers. So it seems to work quite well. I'm really happy with how X-Plane has implemented that, and with Microsoft Flight Simulator bringing VR controller support. I'm very much looking forward to how they went about implementing, because they've said that they're going to support touch and laser. So touch would be this, laser would be this, where your your controller is away from it, and you use a laser to highlight. If you do it's the same thing. I personally prefer to actually touch. I actually prefer to not use a laser if I don't have to. In some cases, depending on where the switches are in VR, there's no way to actually touch. But I try to get my cockpit. So right now, my this is where my desk is. So I'm a little bit crooked with my desk, just a little bit. This is where my desk is. So what I'm trying to do is get the desk to be behind this, so that I can come down here and hit all of this stuff, never touching my desk. So as you can see from the webcam, my yoke is mounted right to my desk. This is my desk. And a lot of people, you know, go, well, you can't do VR like this way. And I actually bought a Wheel Stand Pro to do that, so that I could move it sideways. I would be pointing out that way. And that's how I used to do it. But when I got this yoke was, I looked at it, I felt it, how heavy it was, and I went, no, that yoke is not gonna, it's gonna be too heavy for that Wheel Stand Pro. So I says, well, let me mount it on the desk and let's figure this out. So that's when I figured out I can actually adjust where this cockpit is. So I can actually shove it forward of the desk. So basically, or pull it back. So basically I pulled the virtual cockpit back towards me, so that the desk is basically behind the virtual cockpit, and that's worked out quite well. I've been really really with how this has worked out. So right now my pedals are still mounted to the Wheel Stand Pro. But what I do to kind of, because I did a couple of flights, and when I went to use the pedals, I pushed my chair away from the O, and I said, I gotta fix this. So I looked, and the post is still there on the Wheel Stand Pro. So I said, well, let me get a bungee cord. So as part of my pre-flight for doing a flight, is I take a bungee cord, wrap it. It's already wrapped around the post in the Wheel Stand Pro. I wrap it around the chair, the post in the chair. So it so it can't go anywhere. It's bungee cord right to the post. So it works out great, and it takes up no room whatsoever, because when I'm not flying, I just shove my Wheel Stand Pro in underneath my desk, and it's out of the way. So it doesn't take up any room whatsoever. So what are we? 15 miles out. So, and the sun is going down in the sky. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to change that. Do I want to do that before or after I do a touch and go? I'll leave it like that for right now. Well, not that far out. Yeah, let me contact tower. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land. It was a bit quiet. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land. So when you hear that much dead silence, you're probably on a wrong frequency. Oh, frequency. 121.10. So I'll yeah, when you hear absolute quiet, it's usually a pretty bad sign. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Huh. Oh. I had 121 at 122. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Tower, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good evening. Squawk 1200, altimeter 3003, expect to enter on a left downwind for runway 09. Call downwind.
09. Well, I'm going to do a slight change here. 18. We'll go with that. Because I got another 70-mile leg and another 30-mile leg, so I got a ways to go. The sunset was pretty cool, but I need since I started at 11 o'clock my time, it appears like when the time changed, the time over here, I'm not sure if it changed. They may not do that, so it kind of messes up kind of the time of day that I want to have. So okay, so we're going downwind of runway 09. Okay. So I'm less than 10 miles out. I need to get rid of some elevation. I want to be at 3,300 and I'm at about 4,300. Excuse me. So now we do a search for the runway. Always fun. You would think they would just stick right out, but they never do. Only 7 miles out, so you a lot of times got to be within 2 miles to actually see and be sure that you've actually seen a runway. kind of amazing. You don't see them from that far away. You may see an opening where there's nothing, kind of the flattened area around an airport, but to actually see the runway, no. That's why approaching it's a lot of times better to be higher in the air, because you can just see farther. So. And the weather's fairly conducive to see out of ways, so. So I'm at 4,000 feet. When we get to about 3,500, I'll level it. Actually, I'll level it off right here.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Have a good afternoon. Contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Enjoy your afternoon. Contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Enjoy your afternoon. Contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Good day. Contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Have a good afternoon. Contact San Javier.
So I'm not so sure why it's doing that, because I'm not going there. San Javier is the last airport I'm going to. So something's a little bit messed up. So we'll look for the runway. Looks like it's about right in front of us. Three miles out. So I'm on for runway 09, I'm on a downwind heading, or thereabouts. So. But quite frankly, I cannot see it yet. Oh, there it is.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Have a good afternoon.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 09.
Have a good one. Contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Enjoy.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 09.
125.02. Enjoy your afternoon. Contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Have a good afternoon.
Okay, she ain't gonna listen to me. I guess I'm gonna have to do this myself. So there's the runway. We're certainly downwind. Just sometimes the ATC doesn't work that well. So looking for the end of the runway. Don't pull back the power a little bit. Put up on the yoke. Myself 1 notch of flaps. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf doing touch and go, runway 09. Second notch of flaps. Looking for the runway. I think it's about there. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf turning final. Felt like a little bit of a crosswind there. I just slowly let the speed bleed off, and right before touchdown, put in some right rudder to realign the aircraft with the runway, so that when I touch the wheels down, I'm hopefully going straight. Yeah, I'm pretty safe. So we need to be on a heading of 123. So we get up above the 500 feet at least above the airport, and on our way. 123. 72 miles out. That's 12. We're good enough in elevation. Kind of overturned there. So right now I'm getting some shimmer through the prop. So, but if I'm on these windmills here, yeah, prop doesn't have anything to do with it. For some reason, those are shimmering. I don't know why. Kind of interesting. And it may just be the angle. It's hard to say. That landing went pretty well. Other than the fact that ATC kind of just abandoned me. I don't know what that was all about. But it's new scenery, so it's hard to tell whether it's related to that or yeah, like right there they're fine. At a distance they were shimmering, but right there they're absolutely fine. So now I'm heading east. So an odd plus 500 would be east. So I'm at about 3,500. So I'm at the right elevation. We'll see if I can carry that south. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. That'd be about right. West is clear opposite from here. So. Kind of interesting terrain here. So pretty much always trying to keep the plane in trim. So I generally try to pick a power setting and then try to trim for level flight. So when I watch the altimeter like start to climb, then I'll just push in on the yoke a little bit, trim the pressure off, and then release the yoke. So the adjustments are very, very small. So your vertical speed indicator is only like up and down maybe 10, 20, 30. But it's just trying to find that balance. So. It all depends on the weather. If it's like gusting or, you know, wind shifting direction, all that'll have an influence. Just so happy with how these power lines look. They are just nice crisp lines. Same way as like these windmills here. They're pretty much how you'd see them in real life. The blades are all solid all the way around. You can clearly see the colors of them. So a couple more days, and software update 7 will be coming out for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'll get about about half a day to play around with that before going to Charlotte to see Genesis, the concert, Genesis in concert. So I won't get to experience very much of it. Certainly won't be able to stream it. So I'll do that when I get back. Should be a good time. Somebody I have never seen in concert. I've seen quite a few people, but not Genesis. My girlfriend told me that she wanted to go, and before I knew it, she had the plane tickets and the hotel. She says, "You got to get the concert tickets." I went, "Okay." As soon as they went on sale, I tried getting them. Oh my word, what a day. That was bad. I couldn't believe how hard it was just to get the tickets, so it took a while. I think it took me a couple hours before I finally had the tickets. But all good now. And the event is at a place that my girlfriend's been to before for concerts. So it's the venue is right next door to the hotel we're staying at. So so that'd be pretty cool. There are windmills everywhere. Wow. Really interesting scenery. Just the flatness of it is I mean, it goes out for a long way. It's interesting. I mean, you got mountains in the distances. There's a ridge here, but in general, I mean, it's really flat. And actually, a lot of roads. I mean, a lot of roads. They're two-lane roads, but I mean, a lot of roads. So I'm using, for my yoke, I have a Fulcrum 1 yoke that's made in the UK, and my rudder pedals are MFG crosswinds. So quite happy with those two purchases. Not cheap in any way, shape, or form, but they absolutely perform. They're so much, it makes flying like so much more enjoyable. It makes landing fun. Where, like on the previous landing, I needed to keep myself aligned with the runway coming in, going straight. But the nose of the plane wasn't straight, so but then just at the last minute use the rudder pedals to basically get your nose straightened up. So yeah, man, that is a lot of windmills. They're like just really slowly like spinning. Too cool. Way too cool. Wow. That's neat. This is neat. 123. Well, I turn a little bit. I brought the elevation up to get up over that ridge, so I had to get it back down. But I should be at 3,500. Because if I don't do 3,500, then I got to do 5,500, and I really don't want to be that far above the scenery, because I actually wanted to see the scenery. Oh. So, LEAL is, its elevation is 142 feet. So. And so it kind of looks like it's along the coast. So. Pretty happy sim. I'm not so sure why they only did the southern part of Spain and not both the south and the north, but that's what they released, so. And so far it looks pretty good. I mean, like I probably got to go over some mountains to get to the coastline. I'm 45 miles from the airport. So. Oh, besides streaming VR in flight simulators, I also am the author of some plugins for X-Plane. So I've been working on a new build method to build my plugins on GitHub, and there's a method used. It's called GitHub Actions, and so basically when you make an update and you push that to the GitHub, the actions automatically build it and create a zip file of the build, all on GitHub. And all you're doing, you're not building it, you're telling GitHub how to do it, and GitHub builds it. So I got 3 of them right now that are working that way, and it just makes development so much development and releasing of new versions so much easier. So I had a user that had an issue with one of my plugins with X shading panels, and he told me what was wrong. So I went ahead and tested it on my Linux machine, my build machine, and found the problem, fixed the problem, and tested it on Linux. And then I pushed it to GitHub, and GitHub went ahead and built it multi-platform. So it built it for Linux, for Windows, and for the Macintosh. And I never did that. I never did that locally on my computer. I just did it for Linux. And so he was able to take that zip file, load it into his machine, and verify that the changes I made fixed his problem. So that was pretty slick to be able to do that. Never actually building the multi-platform version myself on my machine. That was pretty neat. This saves a lot of work. So every time you do another version, you push the build, you can check it, and if it builds okay, it'll give you like a green check mark. And if it fails, then it'll give you a red X. So you can tell whether you're, like say if you made a change and it built okay on Linux, but somehow your change broke the Windows, you would know that before you ever build it for Windows yourself. Pretty neat. I think we're high enough. Yeah, so the headset I'm using is a Vive Pro 2, and I've been quite happy with how it works, the resolution. Just really, really happy with it. I had a G2 and I actually got rid of it. The Windows Mixed Reality software just did did not work for me as a VR streamer. I could never get Steam VR to kind of play nice with it, and I certainly couldn't get my Valve Index controllers to play nice at all. I could get them to work, but they were always finicky. There was always, half the time when I would try to stream using them like that, it just wouldn't work right, or the floor height would change. It was too much work to try to keep it running, so I ended up gifting them to my girlfriend's grandson, so he's thrilled. And I don't have to look at them in the house, kind of going like, oh, maybe I ought to try them. No, they're not here, so I don't have to. So he's got pretty much all of my cast-offs. So when I get tired of a headset, he ends up with it. Because I don't have room to keep them all. So at home, I still have a Valve Index headset, and I actually have a Pimax 8KX that I was told that they were going to have lens inserts for it from Real Optics, but after I was told that, I haven't heard anything else. So it kind of just sits there gathering dust right now. But what I'm really interested in is a new headset. I think it's called Apera, I think. Chinese startup, and it is. So it's going to use micro OLEDs. So that it looks really, really nice, and it's small. It's probably, wow, it's probably a third the size of this headset. Kind of like, oh my goodness, that's just crazy. And so they're gonna have a Kickstarter that's gonna start sometime this month or next month, and if you wanted to get your place in line of the Kickstarter, you had to give them $1. I think $1.02. So I went ahead and did that. I thought that was a worthwhile investment, and the Kickstarter people are going to get the headset for 40% off. So the headset's supposed to be around $399 or maybe $500. I don't know, somewhere in there. Way less than the Pimax, way less than this headset. And yeah, that should be okay. So the only downside is it doesn't have an audio solution. So it doesn't have a microphone, and it doesn't have earphones. So I currently am using a mod mic because the mic in the Vive Pro 2 is bad. So that part is covered. And then I just have to figure out something for sound for my ears. And I'll probably use some earbuds or something like that. I'll just have to figure it out. The other thing is that they're coming out with a version that supports, they have a stand-on all-in-one version, I think that's what you're calling it. And that one will have its own controllers, and it'll track the controllers, but it'll be the inside-out tracking. I like the lighthouses, so they're going to have a version that supports lighthouses. So that's the one that I want. So, am I going to make it over this ridge? It doesn't look that way. I think I better give myself some power. Let's go up to 500. Start climbing. Once I'm sure I can see the other side of it, I'll pull the power back. So to get legal, I need to climb to 5,500. And I may actually need to get that high to get over this. A little bit higher than I thought. A little bit lower over here. And that'll kind of get me back on course. So I'm going to turn a little bit. Try to find a low spot. Because I'm 26 miles from the airport. Looks like we're in some pretty good mountains, so maybe I need to get higher. Just don't want to get up in the clouds. So I would think once I get kind of close to the coast that, you never know. Italy isn't that way. Italy has mountains all the way to the coastline, so, so I pulled the power back to about 2,200. I'll try to climb. I got to climb another 500 here. And once I get to 5,500, I'll level it off. So I'll have to trade some airspeed for altitude until I get level. And then once I get level, then I can get my airspeed back. I'll just level the plane out. But once I don't see any more mountains in front of me, I'll go ahead and descend again. I'm just trying to pull the, instead of just keep trimming, I'm trying to pull the yoke back and get it about where, get it to the right altitude. And then, and then see if I can relieve the pressure and not descend. That's my goal. Alrighty, so I'm at 5,500. So now I won't have to be trimming as much. So I'm level here. I'm at 2,200 RPM, 5,500 feet, level flight, reasonably on course. And what I'm looking out in front of me is to see if I see any mountains coming up. Because I'm up high enough, I can see quite a ways now. And it's not looking like there's any mountain. There's a ridge up here, but that ain't very far, very high. Excuse me. Excuse me. Scenery is fairly well done. I'm pretty happy. We didn't necessarily go over a lot of, because we kind of went through the middle of the country and through mountains. So we didn't get to see a lot of cities. So where you would see along the coast. So. And it's kind of hard to tell. I look out in front of me, and I see something out there, but I'm not so sure if that's actually the shoreline. So 17 miles from the airport, and the airport, it looks like it's right on the shore. So I'm not sure if that is actually the shoreline or not. But I don't see anything really, really tall, so. Let's let her descend. So basically, just pulled the power back to like 2,000, and the goal is the plane will go down. So head in this direction, 3,500 would be the next altitude. But if there's nothing preventing us, we can get down under 3,000 too. So, especially knowing the altitude of the airport is 142. So. $118, $115. $150. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Tower, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Squawk 1200, expect to enter on a left downwind for runway 10. Call downwind.
Okay. We're descended about 500 feet per minute. We're 8 minutes out. I think we need to descend a little bit quicker. They only got 8 minutes to go. And all I see in front of me is pretty much flat. So I pulled the power back to like 1700. Oh, looking pretty good. Quite happy with it today. So if elevation is elevation is 142, then the pattern will be 1100. Right now I'm about 3400. Kind of looking like the 6 miles out. Thinking it's over there on the left is what I'm thinking. 6 miles out, still kind of hard to see, but kind of looking like a runway there. 9,000 feet, so it's going to leave a mark on the terrain. Yep, right direction. there's some other feature that I'm not seeing yet. I don't think so. Yep, that's it. So if I turn in this way, that's going to be runway heading. And the distance away, I'm just further away from the water.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Have a good one.
I have no
Contact
idea
San
why
Javier
they're doing
approach
that.
tower on 125.02. Enjoy your afternoon. Contact San Javier approach tower on 1.
Contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Have a good afternoon.
That's disappointing. That is quite disappointing. So basically I'm going to go parallel with this runway because I was cleared to do a downwind. I'm going to spin around and
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact approach tower on 125.02. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact approach tower on 125.02.
tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is tower, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Squawk 120.
Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is tower, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact approach tower on 125.02.
Well, the frames are doing good, but the communications is really messed up. So we're going to spin around here, get a downwind for runway 10010.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact approach tower on 125.02.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 10.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact approach tower on 125.02.
No. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 10.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 10.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 130 at 5 knots, cleared for the option runway 10.
Finally!
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact approach tower on 125.02.
You cleared me to land. Why are you doing this? I told you I was on final. Or I was on downwind. Alrighty. Pull back power a little bit. Hold back on the elk. 1 notch of flaps. Whoops, 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 whoops. Okay, we're looking to be at
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact approach tower on 125.02.
no, no, no. Oh, turn on base. Notch flaps. Let the plane descend. We're lined up on base. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact approach tower on 125.02.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final, runway 10.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact approach tower on 125.02.
Hilarious. Wow. That taxiway is wider than the runway is. That's amazing. The runway has pappy lights, so. That has a green threshold. That's kind of crazy. Okay, last notch of flaps. We're a bit high. She's a coming. She's a coming.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact approach tower on 125.02.
Really? Well, I didn't think I did. Trying to keep her centered here. Up we go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Have a good afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
Contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Enjoy your afternoon. Contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Enjoy your afternoon. Contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Have a good afternoon. Contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Have a good evening. Contact San Javier approach tower on
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact San Javier approach tower on 125.02. Enjoy your evening.
Oh, got to get on a heading of 201. Okay, pull back power like 2200. Try to get a level.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact approach tower on 125.02.
Alrighty, last airport. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Approach Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Yeah, it could be a little out of range. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is approach tower, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good evening. Squawk 1200, altimeter 3000, expect to enter on a left downwind for runway 23 left. Call downwind.
Two, 3 left, okay. So I put tower in the standby frequency, so right now I'm talking to tower approach, but I put just tower in the standby, so. 28 feet, it's also on the coast. Thirteen minutes and 50 seconds. I went ahead and changed my number of world objects to high. Probably shouldn't do that when I was flying, but that's okay. We'll see how it turns out. The plane was pretty trimmed up, so could be exciting when I probably should have hit pause. Oh well, we'll find out. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Not a big change, that's amazing. So, for some reason, it thought that the alternator was turned off when I did that. So I'll have to try it with pause, while it's paused, to see if it's happier with me. Because I was seeing my frames were getting up around 60, so I said, well, if I got that kind of frame to spare, then I can put my, I can put world objects back where I normally am running them. And the scenery, like, when I'm looking at the cities and stuff here, it looks good. I mean, it looks really good, so. And I'm still, yeah, 45 to 50. It ain't 60, but that's okay. I'm in VR. 45 is more than good enough. And the thing with VR is if you don't keep it probably above 30, I wouldn't want to go too much lower than that. Then the tracking gets messed up. I mean, when you move your head, it's just a jerky experience. So, and streaming it makes it worse. Little cranes down there, some building cranes. So I'm going to have to do a similar approach to this airport as what I did the previous one. I'll have to go off to the left of it, do a teardrop, and come back in on the, get lined up for the downwind. A lot of water here off the shore. Yeah, fun. This was a lot of fun today. So if you enjoy this kind of content, please click on the follow button. That way when I go live, you'll be notified. So I only stream in VR, so and been trying to stream at least once a week, and sounded like something really big went by the house. My house sits off the road quite a bit, so if I can hear it and feel it, it had to be pretty big. We normally don't have semis go by the house, but they do at times, so almost sounds like that's what it was. Could have been a dump truck too. I got a construction company, paving company, a few doors down from my house, so depends how fast they go by. If they go by pretty fast, you can kind of hear them hitting the bumps in the road. A lot of water on this side. I mean, besides the sea. Oh, we're 10 miles from the airport. 6 minutes. It was rude. Like I lost my tracking for a minute there. Just stopped. Like it just froze. Miles out. Probably ought to think about finding this airport. So it says it's on my left. Not obvious yet. So need to get over on this side. So that I'll be on the left-hand side of this airport. So far, 5 miles out, still not obvious. Trying to get to the left side of it. I'm at 1,500 feet. I'm going to try to get level here. I think I'm close. Right there. Oh, maybe not. No. That was a highway. Trying to make sure I don't lose too much altitude here. Well, I'm searching for this crazy airport. They're just 2 miles away. Wow, is it there? Yeah, it is. So, I'm gonna go out over the water. I want to stay level here. That's pretty neat. Like a little town, like along the coastline there. It's like a little sliver of land. That is absolutely. They said left. When I'm coming in, it's going to be on my left-hand side. So I would think it would be the runway on the outside here. But it's pretty easy to get kind of confused to your left and your right. So if I'm coming back in, left. Yeah. So it's that runway right there, the one on the outside, the one closest to the coast. So want to get up in the air a little bit higher. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just trying to teardrop out here. Don't want to get too far out in the water. Running out of fuel or an engine failure about now would be bad. So we're just teardropping out. And I'm running pretty much runway heading. Not really, I'm turning left a little bit here to get out away from the runway so I can make a turn and end up on the left downwind. But all in all, it's going pretty good. Kind of pretty. It's all hazy, it's hard to see kind of as much as I'd like to, but all in all, it's worked out. It's all worked out pretty good. The ATC has been bad. Alrighty, I'm past that runway. So we'll just do a standard rate turn here. So on the heading on the turn indicator here, I'm trying to put the wings on that second mark. And that's a standard rate turn. So I will do, if I continue at this rate, a 360-degree turn in 2 minutes. So hopefully I'm going to see a runway here pretty quick. Yep, there she is. I didn't quite turn out far enough, so I'll have to overturn a little bit here. So they said left. So that would be right. That's got to be left. All right. That is odd. Oh. Let me get out here. It's going to be opposite when I spin around. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind, runway 23.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 23 left.
So when I was going in that way, that runway is on my right. But when I go down the downwind here and then turn around, that runway will be on my left. Pretty easy to get confused. Almost looks like there's a lighthouse there. So trying to stay level right about now. Basically trying to get parallel with the runway. And the runway kind of, when I get my wings level here, the runway in the middle of the strut. I'm a little bit far away from the runway. A little bit, not a lot. Yeah, neat runway, neat airport. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Awesome. Alrighty, so I'm looking for the end of the runway. And when I get to the end of the runway, I'll pull the power back a little bit. And then I will put a notch of flaps out. Okay, that's the end of the runway. So power back a little bit. Trying to hold it level. Now we really want to descend. So basically I'm 1,000 feet above the runway right now. And I need to get rid of 1,000 feet between now and touchdown. So right about here I'm trying to be about 1,800 RPM. The reality expansion pack airplane seems to kind of want you to be about that far. I'm looking for it to be a 45 degree, and I will say that's now. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn on the base. Paying attention to RPMs and airspeed. Try not to overbank this. Get a little bit. Airspeed's going down a little bit. Line back up. We're on base. Trying to make sure, not too bad. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are light and variable, clear to land runway 23 left.
So as I turn in here, opposite of the other end is this runway is on the left. So, and I guess that would be correct. So I am high, actually quite high. So I'm going to pull the power back. I'll probably kick some in, but I need to get rid of some elevation. Last notch of flaps. I'll probably put that power back before I get too far down here. But I'm sinking way too fast, so. So I'll go back to 1,500.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf exit runway when able.
Hello! Oh yeah. Got new scenery. All you do is find a taxiway. Oh, cool. Love to end the stream on that. Looks like buildings over there. Yeah, I just got the, I just picked up the Orbx scenery for southern Spain. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of the active. Yeah, afraid so. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of the active runway. Ground Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is ground, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, taxi to general aviation parking. Oh, cool, cool. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request taxi to general aviation parking. Yep.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, taxi to general aviation parking via Taxiways Hotel.
Okay. Let's see what I can do. Oh. Oh, Charlie. Up a kilo. Huh. Well, at least in the diagram I have, I don't see any hotel. Oh well. I'll go park over here. Sorry, I was a little preoccupied trying to figure out what I should be doing. Huh. Yeah, who knows? Alrighty, so we made it. What'd we end up with? Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the avionics. Go back on the mixture. Yeah, yesterday I tried to fly the same flight, and man, my frames were just atrocious. So, so I went ahead and made uh, did some tests, and it was almost like that airport there was what the airport I took off from was the problem. So, so I made a slight graphics change. I changed. So I changed the number of world objects. That's the only thing I changed. I went from high down to medium, and that allowed me to get out from that airport. And so, so after I got away from that airport, I was able to, because I was getting frames up around 60. So I says, okay, well let me slide it back up to high, and so I left it at high all for the rest of the flight. So it all turned out pretty good. So, but yeah, that was a little disappointing. I ended up flying to. I changed and I went to my home airport, and I did some touch and goes there yesterday. So, but this is what I wanted to fly because the scenery had just come out a couple of days ago, and I had been to southern Spain in real life, so I wanted to fly here. So I got to I got to do that. So won't be streaming anymore this week. A couple of days I'll be leaving to go to Charlotte and go to a Genesis concert, and so we'll be there over the weekend, and then I'll be back, and I'll probably try to get streaming next week. The other thing that's going on is on the 18th, the Thursday. My Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to release software update 7, which includes VR controllers, finally. So I'll be able to fly Microsoft Flight Simulator using my VR controllers. I'm looking very much forward to that, but I won't be able to stream it until next week because there just won't be time. They release my time about 11 o'clock, and there's just no way that I'll be able to pull a stream off. Just no. And I want to get some time to test before I do it too. Uh, so that's probably what I'll be doing next week. More than likely, I'll be in. We'll see how it goes. If the update turns out to be good, and actually they legitimately have, because what they said is that they're going to have touch support and laser support. So that's laser support. That's touch support. So if they're going to have in the cockpit it to work similar to what it does in X-Plane, that will be a great thing. And I'll enjoy flying that because I can kind of fly it the same way I fly X-Plane now. So and I won't have to use a mouse. That'll be great. And but we'll just have to see. I withhold any judgment until I actually can use it. So, but I am very much looking forward to it. I mean, when I heard them mention laser support and touch support, I went, okay, I that's what that means. That's laser support. So basically, you highlight it, rotate. Touch support is this. Uh, that's that would be awesome. That would be awesome. So we all made it here safe and sound without any issues, and the frames here are a little bit because of this airport, a little bit less, and quite frankly, I couldn't find where he told me to park. The only issue I had during this whole flight was it was an ATC issue where they would clear me to land at an airport, and then when I'm kind of like getting ready to do a downwind, they tell me that I'm supposed to contact approach for a different airport, or change the frequency and contact an approach for a different airport. I'm like, really? Okay, whatever. So, But all in all, the flight went it went as good as I could have hoped for. Yeah, it was hilarious. So I just did what I had planned on doing and just forget about it. So yeah, I was pretty happy. So I'm gonna call it wrap it up. And if you enjoy this content, please go ahead and click on the follow button, and that way you'll be notified when I stream again. And I only stream in VR, and I stream Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane. And I don't necessarily have a Hey, thanks, Iowa. Yep, yep. I should be streaming next week, no doubt about it. So I'm kind of hoping for it'll either be Sunday or Monday. I'm not sure yet, but one of them 2 days, Sunday or Monday, I'll be streaming again, no doubt in my mind. So and I'll pick out a flight plan to continue from this airport, and do some more flying in southern Spain. So, but sounds good. We'll call it all. We're gonna call it a day, and thanks much for your for Iowa, and I'll give this a shot. You slid. You said low, yo. You slid. You said yo. I think it's what it is. I tried. Because I believe it has a silent E, if I understand it correctly. How bad? Close? Okay, so it is a silent E. Okay, I thought I had that figured out. Okay, you oh you clid yell. Oh, okay, all right. Hopefully that's better. Thanks so much for stopping by, and thanks, Iowa. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I talked to my girlfriend about your name, and we were kind of discussing it. So I think I googled it to try to figure out how to say it. So when I saw you again, I wanted to at least make an attempt. So thanks much. Been a great time. Thank you so much. Goodbye.